pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Fourscore years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all such shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discourse of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrims cry. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring. And when they get one, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty.
Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. Let's go. Let's go.
They say, 'cause we don't want your broken heart.
Let's go.
Learn to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away. They say, no one will love you as you are.
Great morning.
I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we are the glorious.
Let's go. Let's go.
The sharpest words wanna cut me down.
Hey, it's Monday.
Gonna drown a mind.
You should have your gym clothes on. Yes. Let's go.
Who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Share.
Here I come.
Share. Let's get some people on the call this morning.
To the beat I drum.
Great morning. Great morning, Queenie. I see you.
No apologies.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's my spirit. The fire away. 'Cause today I won't let the pain in. We are bursting through the barricades. Reaching for the sun. That's what we do. Won't let them break me down. I know that there's a place for us. Oh, we are glorious.
Hey, great morning. Great morning. Hey. I am brave. I am bruised. I am who I'm meant to be. Great morning. Great morning. Hey, I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. Oh, hey. Great morning. It's Monday. Hey, let's go. When the sharpest words want to cut me down. Yes.
I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown the mind.
Yes.
This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Great morning. Today is Monday. Today is Monday. And there's a lot going on right now. A lot going on right now. And I don't know if some of y'all sleeping and may not be too aware. Hold on one second. We're going to have to switch y'all right here because I need to make sure that my people over here are getting the full experience. See, y'all don't latch on too much. When y'all start getting on, I'll start giving y'all priority. Good morning, Tiffany, I see you. Today is Monday, where a lot of things are going on right now. We are celebrating today Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. And after, it was so ironic that when I played that video, I saw the time, but I didn't know that he would be finished at 7 a.m. because I was rushing in the background doing other things. And it ended right on time at 7 a.m. to start the show. It didn't go over, and then it didn't stop right before. And while the music was playing, I immediately got up and I wrote down on my board, dream big and believe it. And that will be today's topic, dream big and believe it. That's what my spirit told me because I was looking at the board. I hadn't even wrote a topic. So I came up with the topic right as we were speaking. But when I was saying that there's a lot of things going on right now, great morning, Nikki. Great morning. When I say that there's a lot of things that's going on right now, it's so crazy because, I was having a conversation with Trina this weekend, and we just took a break and we just stopped off to a club. And where we were in this club, it was like it was really cut off from everybody. And we were down looking at everybody in the club, and they didn't even know that we were there. And we were just talking, we were just having a conversation, and we were just saying, man, a lot of people are asleep to what's going on. A lot of people don't even have a clue to what is going to happen. And hold on a second. In order for this thing to be taken care of, we have to eliminate the movement of the people. We gotta keep people inside, and we just gotta stay in. That's the only thing that I'm seeing. And I just want to say this. In the middle of the pandemic is where I found my success. In the middle of the pandemic is where I found my success. I believed in the company. I believed in the company for so long. And that's why this topic will be the topic for today. Dream big and believe it. Dream big and believe it. I had watched so many people find their success in this company in a short period of time. But the truth of the matter is that I was doing what other people were doing. I was a part of it, but I wasn't doing it. I was a part of something, but not participating in the something. And I'm sure that there's a lot of times you could think about you were on a team with some people, or you were on a team some kind of way, and you didn't play full out. But you saw everybody else get their trophies. You saw everybody else get their ribbons. You saw everybody else get their titles that they were fighting for. But you stood on the sideline waiting. You stood on the sideline wanting to win, wanting to be a part of something big, but there was something that you weren't doing. And in the middle of this, in December 2019, before we were even in the mode for a pandemic, I came to grips with myself, and I said that it is very, very, very important that I have a business that is being ran while I am sleeping. That I have a business that is being ran when I am sleeping. How many of you have a business that is run when you are sleeping? I'm talking about you can wake up, you can look, you can see where your money is, you can see how much you've earned, you can see that the business is still running smoothly. And I'm not talking about, you got people checking into the office. I'm talking about where you can digitally look online and see that your business is escalating, it's moving up. And I said that I had to do that, and I began to run with this business all over again. And when I say all over again, was the first time that I got signed up with this business. I didn't put the energy that I needed, but I had saw so many people win. And when I started dissecting the people, I realized that they weren't special. I realized they didn't have nothing that I didn't have. I realized that the only thing that they did was put in the work. And that was the only thing that I wasn't doing, was putting in the work. I was expecting for it to just happen overnight, the same way that we think about a lot of things. There's a lot of things that we want to do, and we expect for it to just happen overnight. We expect for it to happen overnight. So when I came up with this topic as the music was playing, dream big and believe it. Dream big and believe it. See, a lot of us dream big. A lot of us talk big. And we say we're going to get this. We say we're going to have that. But we're not connecting the other part that is going to activate the dream. I'm going to say that again. We're not connecting the other part. See, because there's two components to make success happen. There's the dream, and then there's the belief. You can't have success with just the dream. You cannot just have success with just the dream. You got to attach the belief. And the belief is maybe one of the hardest parts, because you got to believe in something when you can't even see the finishing point. You got to believe in something when it's not even there yet, when it hasn't even happened. You got to believe in it so much that you work towards it every day that you get up. Every day that you get up, you got to be willing to believe that it's going to happen. Sometimes we don't want to believe because we go through things. And when we start going through stuff, that can easily push you away from the belief. You can start saying to yourself, oh, it's not going to happen. That check ain't come yet. It's not going to happen. Nobody ain't signed up yet. It's not going to happen. But as long as you say, yes, it is going to happen, and I believe that it's going to happen, it will. It will. The thing of it is that when we have the dream, we're not putting the belief up under the works. We know all we have to do with our company is just use the product and talk about the product. Talk about it so much to where people start saying, is she crazy? Is he crazy? Why is he always talking about that NutriBurst like that? Why is he always drinking that coffee every morning that he gets up on his show? Why is he always taking the NRG? Why is they always calling him Mr. NRG? Why? Because he believes. He believes in what he's selling. I saw a guy last night on a video, and I wish that I could play the video for y'all. The guy actually owns a basketball team, and he was speaking on how he's been a hustler before being the basketball coach. He's been a hustler before being the basketball owner. And he said that you have to sell something. You have to sell something. And whatever it is you're selling, you got to believe in it. You have to believe in it. You can't walk into success without belief. It has to be connected. It has to be attached. You just want the success, but no fight, no grind, no hustle. You just want the success because it looks good. You just want the success because you know it comes with all of the women. You want the success because you know it comes with all of the Birkins. You want the success because it looks so easy. Success ain't easy. You're going to fight for it every day. You're fighting for it every day. And if you can't fight, don't even think about the success. If you're not willing to put in the fight for it, you might as well quit. You might as well stop, because it's gonna rip you apart. And I don't mean in a bad way, in a great way. The success is gonna rip you apart because the person that you need to become is wrapped around all of the things that you know. Oh, this is good. Just imagine you being in a cocoon. And all in that cocoon, everything is wrapped around all that you know. And a successful person is inside of that cocoon. You have to now break off the edges of what you knew and attach it to what you really know. How many of us was told that it was a tooth fairy? That's what we know. We was told that there was a Santa Claus. That's what we know. We was told that we had to go to college, that we had to get a 9-to-5 job, that we had to work our asses off, and we had to retire when we were 45 or 50 years old. That's what we knew. But we found out different. We found different. We found out that we can do what was hidden from us many, many years. That we could build a business right from the trunk of our car. We learned that we could build a business from home before there was technology like what we have now. This has been going on. Before all of these other companies have bloomed and blossomed, we had a Mary Kay. Before, we used to always look at these rich Caucasian families, and we would always wonder, how is it that they're passing this wealth down? Because they knew what we didn't. What was holding us back? What was holding us back was the knowledge. Was the knowledge. What was holding us back was the generational curse. And the generational curse ain't nothing but knowledge. See, because we grow up thinking and speaking and telling ourselves that we are a product of the environment. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I've been in many environments that I didn't become a product of. I lived in the projects. I always knew that that wasn't me. I believed. I've hung around crackheads. I never became one because I knew that that wasn't me. I became a six-figure earner because I knew that that title was for me. The same way that I believe and I know that this will be my millionaire year. What do you believe? How do you strongly believe in that belief? What are you telling yourself? How do you speak to yourself? How do you look at yourself in the mirror when you wake up? How do you feel? How do you change your mindset? What are you telling your kids? Are you speaking to your kids with life? Or are you degrading them and calling them names? Are you speaking to your kids with life? Or are you degrading them and calling them names? See, this belief thing is real serious. It's real serious. The belief that you have really determines where you're heading. The belief that you have, you might think it's just a little bit of belief, but it's driving you into a room of a lot of discouragement. It's driving you in a room of a lot of failure. It's driving you in a room of a lot of losses. It's driving you in a room of a lot of L's that you ain't got no business to continue to keep taking. Because you're not speaking the belief the way that it should be. You're speaking the belief with doubt. You doubt yourself. You saying that, man, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to go do this. And guess what? Some of the things that you're saying is not even specific. You have to be specific. What do you want? Just dream and act as if everything that comes out of your mouth, you are asking the universe, you are asking God, you are asking your higher power to grant you these wishes. But when you ask your higher power, your God, the universe, to give you these things, remember, it's very important that you speak specific. Because you can confuse the universe. You can confuse God. You can confuse your higher power. I want to be rich. That's not specific. You want to be rich? What kind of rich? What kind of rich would you like to be, Miss Yolanda? What kind of rich would you like to be, Heavy Sugar? What kind of rich would you like to be, Tiffany? All you saying is, I want to be rich. How are you going to get there? How much is rich to you? Because you can be fruitfully rich with wisdom. You can be fruitfully rich with love. You can be fruitfully rich with finances. You can be fruitfully rich just being by yourself and lonely and bored. You're rich. What kind of rich? What kind of money are you expecting to make? What do you want to do with being rich? You want to be rich for what? Some of us just want to be rich to go buy clothes. Some of us just want to be rich to floss and to stun on people. What is your purpose of being rich? And that's why the universe hasn't given it to you yet. Dream big, my son. Dream big, Janice. Dream big, my daughter. Young lady, you want to be rich to look like the Jones. You want to be rich with not even an investment in mind. So why should the universe, God, or your higher power grant you this wish? What do you plan on leaving behind to help break generational curses for those that don't know any better? The reason why we overeat the way that we overeat is because that's what we've been taught. We've been taught to get these big old plates. And you better eat it all. We've been taught to go to school, do your homework, and don't get on that phone or don't play that game until it's done. That's what we've been taught. Wonder why we weren't taught to sit down and listen to that audio book, for even when we didn't even really feel like reading, that we could have programmed ourselves to now learn the next best thing, to now learn that it's important that at a young age you start to build a business. Why isn't that we were taught that at a young age we can now learn to become entrepreneurs? See, it's not all about money, but at the end of the day, if you don't know how to get it, you've now become a slave. Not a slave with a whip, not the slave with the whip, the slave to our mind, the slave to someone else to control us. Why not? Why not? Beg to differ sometimes. We have people that are afraid to speak up because they're afraid of rejection. They're afraid to lose their job. They're just afraid. You've become afraid because you don't believe. Belief is such a big word. Belief is what has some of us. The lack of it has some of us in bondage. In bondage to where we look back at our family, man, and we listen to how they talk, and they believe that what they're saying out of their mouths is really, really great, but they don't even understand how far set they are. They don't even understand. Some people will look at you like you crazy when you dream big. Some people, you think of that when you start to dream big. They're going to say you so cocky when you start to dream big. They're going to start saying you think you better than them when you start to dream big. Because now Your energy is not matching where you left some of those. Now that cocoon is starting to burst off of you. You are starting to walk different. You're going in different rooms. You're hanging with different people. You're not hanging with the same mindsets of those people. When we was in that club, I just was looking around, man. I was looking around. I didn't even have any drinks in that club that night. And I just was looking around and I was like, damn, these people are 10 years behind me. 10 years behind me. What they're doing now, I did that 10 years ago. What they were doing right now, 10 years ago. So that means that they don't have a clue of what is going on because we have those people with the new me who I've become. Those people probably wouldn't even understand me. I'm being funny. I'm not. I'm just saying. You know when you go into a room, it's just like, what the hell are we doing here? What are we doing here? But because we went and we were in a secluded area, I was cool. Nobody even knew that I was there. But I knew that they were there. And I was just like, wow. We got a whole pandemic getting ready to come and these people having a wonderful time. Well, not a pandemic. And these people having an amazing time. Some of these companies ain't about to make it this time. Some of y'all favorite places that y'all love to eat at ain't about to make it this time. Some of y'all favorite stores are really about to shut down for real this time that made it through the first time. People that ain't lost their homes the first time about to lose their homes this time. So it's important that you be woke. What's going on? It's important that you be prepared for what's going on. Thank God. Thank God for giving me something to believe in besides a 9-to-5. Thank God for giving me something to believe in besides a 9-to-5. I have a business where I can clock feel like it. And stay clocked because I'm always feeling like building my business. I'm always feeling like building my business because that's what I love to do. I always say this, guys. Everything ain't for everybody, but do what you love. Get rich off of what you love. And I'm talking about financially rich. I'm talking about mentally rich, spiritually rich, physically rich, off of what you love. Because when you do what you love, that means that nothing can stop you. You have a love for it. You have a passion for it. When you have a love and a passion for something, the burning desire comes. And when the burning desire comes, nobody can get in between that. Nobody. It's just between you and you. And notice I said you 3 times. I meant that. It's between you and you. Nobody else. See, because where I'm at right now, I'm so on another page. I'm on another page. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. If you try to figure me out on this page, your feelings going to get hurt. But it has nothing to do with you. I'm going to say that again. If you try to figure me out on this page that I'm on, your feelings are going to get hurt. Because you're going to start having self-talk, self-doubt, all of this. And it has nothing to do with you. This journey that I'm on is all about me. The The same way your journey should be all about you. From the time that I get up to the time that I go to bed, I'm thinking about the old me. I'm thinking about, have I outdone that motherfucker yet? What do I need to do to go higher this year than what I did last year? Has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with her. Has nothing to do with him. It's about me. I can't even hear what some people are saying because I'm not even in their rooms. I'm not even in their view. I'm on a whole mindset of building and I'm serious about it. I'm on a whole nother page. I'm on a whole nother page. The same page that you should be on. You should be on the page of taking your shit to the next level. I'm talking about, you ain't tired of living in that same place? Like, for real, how long you been living there? You tell yourself this every time you pull up to your house. You tired of it. I'm so sick of this place. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of that. You ain't sick of it yet. Because if you was, you wouldn't be there. You ain't tired of looking at yourself looking like that? You ain't tired. Because when you get tired, really get sick and tired. Like, I got a friend girl. Listen, big girl. Big girl. Me and her be talking on the phone. We speak every day. And I could tell by our conversations, she's become sick and tired. She told me, she said she's going to work her products. She told me she's been walking and losing weight. She told me she's coming to get her eyebrows done with this stuff that she's going to get done. She told me she's about to get, all of this different stuff going on with her. Like, I can tell throughout the conversation, she is sick and tired of the person that she was. Didn't make her feel good. Doesn't make her feel good now. And that's what I'm saying. When you sick and tired, that cocoon gonna start bursting. Fireworks gonna go off. Alarms gonna start ringing. Because you're gonna be tired of being in the same place, repeating yourself over and over and over and over again, doing nothing. You say you tired of that job. You hate that job. I hate that job. I hate to hear people say that. I really do. I hate to hear a person say that they hate their job. You know why? Because if you hate something, why are you tolerating it? If it got to that point to where you hate it, why are you tolerating? You know why? Because you haven't connected the belief to what your dreams are. You haven't connected the belief to your dream. The job ain't your dream. The job is not your dream. You're at the job for the money. And when you started that job, you started it for the money. The money is what attracted you to the job. But now you hate it because you realize it ain't always about the money. Didn't you? Didn't you? Ain't I'm right? Come on now. When I'm right now. Yes or yes. The money is what attracted you to that job. I've been figured that out at a young age. I said I would never ever do something for the money that would make me be in an uncomfortable situation to where I got to the point that I hated something. I got in an uncomfortable situation that I hated something. That's what would happen to me if I went and got a job for the money. It had to be something that I loved. And how I figured that part out was at a young age, everybody was going to go be correctional officers. They were all going to be correctional officers and da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. And they were, oh, yes, correctional officers. Yes, blah, 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 making all of the money. Them was some of the miserable fucking people I ever met. They were so mentally torn about their job, what they had to do. I would ask questions to the correctional officers and say, you like your job? He used to be like, I hate them damn inmates. They get on my fucking nerves. Da-da-da-da, talking, saying all of this stuff. Then I went in on the other side of the fence. I call it playing investigator. When I went to jail and I watched all of them, you may find a few. You may find a few that had amazing personalities and they loved what they did, but 90% of them hated it. 90% of them hated it. They hated it. They hated it with a passion. They had got so locked there with the money. They had done got so old with working there that there was no returning to real life. There was no way I could just possibly, watch this, I'm gonna teach y'all something. There was no way possible they could just quit now because of the age. There was no way that they could quit now because of the lifestyle that they had created with the money that they were making. So they thought. And that's why they stay. And then they still continue to be miserable. When I realized that philosophy, that's when I made a decision that I would never do nothing illegal again. Because I realized something. I realized that I was doing illegal activities, and then every time I would get to a certain point, the rug would get pulled up from up under me. And then it would be like I'm starting all over again, to where it got to the point to where it was like I didn't want to start all over again, but I just had to find something to get me back on track, to get me back to the level where I needed to be in order to take care of the bills that I had created, to take care of the lifestyle that I was living. I had to hurry up or I was going to lose it all. And I kept losing it all. And I kept losing it all. And I said, you know what? We got to fix this now. And the only way to fix it was to believe in what I loved. I started doing what I loved. I started taking pictures. I loved doing that. I started writing music. I loved doing that. Money wasn't coming in at first, but I loved it so much I did it every day. I loved it so much. I still love it so much. I do it every day. Still write music. Despite of me building a business with TLC, I still take pictures. Just went and took pictures the other night. I still do what I love. It brings me a passion. It brings me a feeling. It brings me clarity. It brings me clarity to be able to do what I love. And until you find that clarity within yourself, listen, let me tell you something about passion. And I speak on this all of the time. Watch this. If you think that you cannot be successful with your passion, trust me. Trust me on this. Before I was making, let me tell you how much money I was making. I was making with photography, let me add this up, a week. Hold on one second. Come on, calculator, what's going on? Okay, the calculator don't want to work. Oh, there it is. All right, so hold on. Let me tell y'all how much I was making a week with my passion. And I'm gonna tell you where I started off from and how I elevated with that passion. Okay, calculator, come on now. So I can add this up. Okay, here we go. So, let me get a pen. When I started to believe in what, wait, let me just add this up first. Times 4, that's 64. Hold on. Watch this. I'm going to teach y'all something. And I pray to God that y'all hear me. When I started taking pictures, right? I didn't have one customer. I didn't have one client. Didn't have one. But I believed in myself so much that I started an Instagram page. And when I started this Instagram page, I would take pictures of some of the dumbest things. It would have seemed dumb to you. But I had to make myself be consistent. I would take pictures of cars. I would take pictures of food. I would take pictures of people. I would take pictures of houses. Whatever it was, I would take pictures of it. And I would post it on my page, being consistent. And when I started doing my business and people started to gravitate to me in my pictures, when I started taking pictures of just people walking, people asked me to start taking pictures of them. I had clients that would pay me $150 an hour to take pictures of them. $150 an hour. Then I learned something that was a little different about me than other photographers. I learned that every photographer doesn't do videography. I did videography. I learned how to do my own videography. I always wanted to do videography. And when I was doing it, I had to learn how to do it myself because I could never afford a videographer. Everybody that I used to call was way outlandish. I never had that kind of money to just invest into myself with. I just learned how to do it myself. I'm talking about to the point to where I used to make videos and the whole computer would fucking cut off and I would have to start all over again. And that was always the belief. Even when the computer was shut off on me, I knew that I had to keep going. I knew that I had to keep fighting. I knew that that was just a test for me to see if I really truly wanted to learn. Then as I kept going, I never had been to school for photography, never been to school for videography. I kept going and my energy from my pictures started attracting other people to where now I have clients. I have clients that were paying me from $1,600 to $2,000. Some clients were $1,600 a week. Some clients, $2,000 a month. When I added it all up, I was making between $11,000 and $600 a month when I started having my clients all together. $11,600 a month. But you know how that happened? With belief. I believed that I was that photographer. I believed that I was going to build that business. I believed. Who would have thought little old me was going to take that business to that whole next level? Who would have thought that the man holding the camera was about to walk into so many different rooms? When I started to realize that I had this ability, I looked at other photographers and I looked at them and I said, man, y'all sleep out here. Y'all sleep. I look at other people that do this kind of work and I look at them and I start saying that they're asleep because they don't believe. I cussed this one girl out. I did. I cussed her out and I hope she see this live. I texted her and I told her that I wanted her to be my photographer. She texted me back and she was like, she said, okay, cool. I had never heard back from her. Then I hit her up again and I say, hey, I really want you to do some work with me. And she said, sure, I will. And she never got back to me. I texted her again. I said, you know, I honestly, I'm not going to use you anymore because I'm starting to see a lot of red flags in the beginning. And this is how I talk to people. I let them know red flags. I immediately disconnect myself from. And she was like, so she immediately texted me back. She said, excuse me, something, but I work and I go to school and da-da-da-da-da. And I said to her, that seems to be the problem. Because if you believed, you wouldn't be working. If you believed in your business, you would have more clients like myself. I'm right here. I'm ready to pay top dollar for you. But because you don't believe in your craft, you're taking the time from yourself to go sit at a 9-to-5. You don't even understand that you are way past the college level individuals. I'm not telling you not to go to school. I'm telling you that right now I could give you the blueprint to where now you can start going to make the college money. But because of your belief, has you at a standstill, has you right there. And when I immediately told her that, she never responded back because I know I opened up her eyes. I know I did. I know I did. If you believe, you wouldn't be at that job. That's the doubt. The job is the buffer. The job is the excuse. The job is the reason why you can't get to the next level, because you putting all of the 9-to-5 in the job instead of taking your camera and making $11,600 a month. And guess what? You 10 times better than me. You 10 times better than me. I ain't that good. I gotta hustle though. I ain't that good. I gotta hustle though. My hustle is a little stronger than yours. You know what my hustle is? You know how to spell my hustle? Belief. I believe. Nothing gonna stop me. No hater could stop me. No spell can't stop me. I don't believe that. I believe I'm gonna win regardless. I believe that I'm right where I'm at because this is where I'm supposed to be. Belief. Belief. See, when you start to really believing, a lot of shit don't faze you. You know what I saw? I saw a quote. And you know, I be wanting to post some stuff I be wanting to post, but it be that damn Stormy in my ear. You shouldn't say that. You don't want people to not like you. You say that, they're going to start hating you. They're going to start saying you're too cocky. No. It's not even that I'm being cocky. Some shit I be wanting to say. I be wanting to say it. But sometimes I just bite my little tongue. But I want to say this. Manifesting in private, because I know they don't like me anyway. Manifesting in private, because I know they don't like me anyway. I know a lot of motherfuckers don't like me. I know you don't. I could feel it. I could feel your energy. One thing you cannot do is hide energy. You look at me a little different when you standing next to me. You look me up and down, and I'm looking this way, but you don't know I'm really looking at you, looking me up and down and trying to figure out what's so motherfucking special about him. What's so fucking special about him? Everything. Everything. Everything is special about me, from my head to my motherfucking feet. Everything. From the way that I think, from the way that I talk, from the way that I walk. I believe. I believe. Energy don't lie. Energy don't lie. Energy comes from when you even like my pictures. Some of y'all won't even like my pictures. And you know I'm stunning. You know my picture's bad as fuck. You'll act like you don't even see it. To give you that feel good, I'm not gonna like that bitch shit. But I know you saw it. Because it's on your Explore page. Because your friends liked it. Your friends liked it. So you can't miss me. You can't miss me. When your friends like my pictures, the people that you following like my pictures, it go on your Explore page. You can't run from me. 2021 is just a setup. I'm excited about what's about to get ready to happen. I'm excited. New people coming. I'm excited that we going to our next levels. I'm excited about this motherfucking lockdown. I'm excited because I know what I did in the last lockdown. So it sounds like they better get Team Heat ready because it sounds like it's going to be a part 2. Team Heat need to get ready. Everybody needs to get their shit together and start building a business from home. Start really believing in yourself. Start believing in yourself. Stop listening to them people tell you you ain't good enough. I can't wait for people to tell me. Because I'm going to say, remember you told me I wasn't good enough? Remember you told me that I wasn't going to make it? Look at me now.
I am not a stranger to
Look at me now. Look at me now. This ain't even on no cocky shit. This ain't even on no cocky shit. It's about my belief won't allow your thoughts to stop me. All you have is thoughts. All you have is the energy of negativity to try to stop me. But look at me. Look at me. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. I know in my mind that even if my business declines, as long as I believe, it's going to lift up so motherfucking high. Because this energy that I'm giving every day, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to help so many other people, they're going to start sharing my shit. People about to find me. And that's that. On that. Great morning, y'all. Let's get ready to meditate with Coach Stormy. Let's get ready to meditate with Coach Stormy. Yes. Tomorrow we having Testimony Tuesdays. And you know, sometimes you might just be too much for some people, and that's okay. It's all right if you too much for certain people. That mean that they don't understand your energy anyway. Y'all welcome. Y'all welcome. Monica, you welcome. I see all y'all saying thank you. I'm just being honest. Can I be honest with y'all? Thank you, Jamal. Peaches, Marquita, everybody. I am Shakira Smith. Heavy Sugar, good morning. Thank you, guys. Queenie, I love you. Trina, I love you so much. What's the name of the song I'm playing? It's called This Is Me by Kiela Settle. Yes, I just got to keep it real. Thank you, Teresa. Crystal, good morning. Love you too, Marquita. Go harder, go motherfucking home, Trina. Listen, It's our year, Trina. I believe that. I believe that. And nothing gonna change that. I believe that. We going higher. Great morning, everybody. Love y'all, but I gotta go. Bye. Bye. Get off. Bye. 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 Love y'all, man. But I gotta go. Peace. Thank y'all for getting on this morning.
I'm gonna send a